I guess the nature of golf is, as with any sport and with people, is people get anxious. And when people get anxious or they get angry after bad shots, is in physiological terms, is there's an increase in arousal. And often that increase in arousal that goes with anxiety or anger can cause underperformance because we start paying attention to different things, we can become tight, so it can cause technical problems. So fundamentally, I think one of the most important skills for a golfer is the ability to regulate their breathing. Because what we understand from breathing physiologically is breathing has an effect on the rest of the body. So for instance, if you control your breathing, you can lower your heart rate. Now clearly when you're angry or you're anxious, often heart rate will increase. So there'll be a change in thinking with anxiety or anger. There'll be a change in physiology in terms of heart rate. There'll also be often a change in behaviour. So when people get anxious, often they rush. So breathing, I find, is a very simple way of giving people a method or a manner of regulating themselves on the golf course. Also in a way which is really important is that other people don't know. So we don't want other people to know we're anxious. Clearly angry is a bit more overt. But so something where it's a subtle technique where you can teach people how to regulate their breathing without closing their eyes and taking big deep breaths, but something they can effortlessly do, maybe walking down the fairway or on the first tee or in pressure situations where they can just regulate their breathing and calm themselves down, both in terms of their physiology but also their mind, and slowing down their thinking is a great skill to have in golf. So the particular skill I teach people is a very simple one. It's called ratio breathing, sometimes called focus breathing. And all that entails is breathing in through your nose, counting to 4, exhaling slowly through your mouth to a count of 7. The only reason you'd know I was exhaling is that my lips are slightly open. And so it's a great technique for out on the course where no one would know you're doing it. You're controlling your mind by counting, and you're also slowly and regulating your breathing with a longer out breath, which we know physiologically will lower your heart rate. And then in doing those two things, likely that you'll slow yourself down, your return of your swing and feeling in control of yourself will return. So the counting part of that is simply a distraction strategy. So if we have a certain amount of attentional resource, if we're counting, it's physically impossible to think of other disruptive thoughts, typically negative thoughts, that might happen when you're anxious or you're angry.